Yo, 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 what are y'all up to? Actually, gonna put a shirt on. Yo, anyone online? There we go. There's some viewers. Oh, what up, y'all? What's going on? This is your boy Jermaine. Another adventure, another day, another dollar. Another fun night in Thailand. I'm like, I need to drink some water. There he is. Let's read these comments. It's crazy. I have YouTube Red, but since I'm in Thailand, I see ads on YouTube Red. They're not ads in the videos, but they're ads that say, download this wallet, install here. I've never seen those in the States. Anthony first, Bob second, third, fourth. Are you in Bangkok? No, I'm in Koh Chang. Koh Chang is this island about 5 hours from Bangkok. Been here for a couple days. I'm staying in this really sick resort right now. If you watched the vlog from yesterday, that vlog is from like a day ago. I'm a day behind on the vlogs. If you remember seeing in the vlog, I was staying in a hut, and dude, that sucked because I didn't want to leave my backpack in the hut. So I went out all night and partied with my backpack on, with a computer, with an iPad, with a drone, with like 5 4K cameras, like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of crap in my backpack. And I went out, partied the whole night. And I'm like, dude, I cannot leave my backpack in a hut. So I'm staying at this place now, and I can totally leave stuff around. It's pretty nice and safe. No, I don't have a hangover. Last night I had just a couple beers. I'm finally drinking in Thailand. For a while I wasn't drinking in Thailand just because I don't know, it was just so hot and my appetite was weird and I wasn't drinking enough water, and well, I was drinking tons of water, but it's like I would just drink water and just sweat and just drink water and sweat, and I don't know. Now I've caught myself up. It's super windy today, so maybe it won't be so warm right now. So I'm trying to figure out. Have I traveled anywhere in the Caribbean? Oh yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time in the Caribbean, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Panama, Belize, Mexico. I really haven't been to that many Caribbean islands. Maybe I'll work on that a little bit later. I usually try to like, whenever I go out of town, I'm looking for deals. And to go to the Caribbean from California, you can get deals for like 400, 500 bucks. Or for 400, 500 bucks, you can go all the way to Asia, which is on the other side of the world. And it's completely different from the Caribbean. Like Caribbean has like a lot of, I want to say like American/European influence. But you get way over here to Asia and it's like, oh, it's different. It's hella different. Like, I mean, still like, European influence, but it's just different. Like different culture, different way of life, different food. Shot themselves in the foot. Where are you going next in Thailand? Okay. I think I'm gonna post up here for the next couple days. I've been moving around like crazy, and that has just been draining me. That's why I didn't make a vlog like yesterday or 2 days ago, because like I don't know, it's just like so much moving around, and the internet's like not so great here. The internet at this resort I'm staying at is pretty decent. What I would do is I would like upload a vlog. Well, this is what I did last night. I uploaded the vlog and then I just went out and just left the computer on for like 3 hours. And it took probably about 3 hours to upload the vlog. Let's see. No, I did not find the drone. Honestly, I'm not tripping about the drone because when I first arrived here, I was staying somewhere else and I was out flying the drone. I put the drone in the sky and it started to like drift. It started to like do its own thing. And I'm like, this is really weird. Like, am I even controlling this thing? And someone else like has taken over my drone? Like, what's up with this? And I sort of I landed it really quick and I just put it back in the box and I was like, oh, let's just not fly. Let's just not fly. And then like I say, when I went out to party that night, like I had like my backpack full of like all my expensive crap in, including the drone. And I wasn't even drinking. Like I had like maybe a sip of a beer. And I was still working on bottled water. And that's when I lost the drone. And the reason why I wanted to fly the drone, so I linked up with my friend. Now, this girl I linked up with, we met in Costa Rica about 5 years ago. Well, no, about 7 years ago. And if it wasn't for her, I don't even know if I would be traveling the way I am today. Because I met this girl, Erica. I met her on a bus going to Panama from Costa Rica, and she was with like three of her other girlfriends. And we're on this bus ride for like 3 hours, and I heard them talking English, and I was like, "Hey, where you guys from?" And they said we're from the States. So we got to talking, and I ended up hanging out with them. Had the time of my life. That was probably the best trip I've ever went on. And it's like ever since that trip, I've been traveling around the world trying to have that best trip again. And it's never been as good as that trip, the first trip. But sometimes this is how it is. You're always trying to chase just trying to chase that thing that drawn you to what you love. And her and we sat down and we got into this like 4 hour discussion about politics. Like it was just nuts. Like I love talking about politics. Like maybe I don't hang around enough people that like to talk about politics. But for like 4 hours, we were going at it. And I was just like, I think I'm gonna fly the drone because I'm just tired of talking about politics. It's like we were just it was just nuts. Like people would sit down next to us and then they would like leave like 2 3 minutes later because they're like, man, these Americans they're on it, man. I mean, we just had a lot of discussion about war and international affairs, and I don't even want people to know that like I know how to talk that way, because it was just like crazy conversations. Jermaine, where would you recommend to fly first time traveler? Okay, I'll tell you guys where I went first. My first trip was to Paris. And the reason it was to Paris was, I don't know, flights were inexpensive. It wasn't a super long flight. It's Europe, it's different. Um, I had fun in Paris. It was cold. I met up with other people. Well, I like went there and met people. That's why I like to stay in hostels. On this trip, I haven't really stayed in hostels. If you're traveling alone and you stay in hostels, it's like really easy to meet other people that are traveling alone. On this trip, I've stayed in hostels maybe 2 nights that I've been here, and it's a little bit tougher to meet people when you stay in resorts. It can be hit or miss. You can meet people hella easy, or you can just not meet anyone. And what I mean by that, when you stay in resorts like this resort I'm staying in now, this one's empty, by the way, and I see a lot of couples. So you're not really gonna like meet a chick to hook up with when there's hella couples around. However, at resorts, there's always those group of girls, group of 5 girlfriends, a group of you know, posse of folks. Well, you can make friends with those people, but just at a backpacker destination, it's like so much easier to make friends because everyone's just backpacking, everyone's traveling, just doing their thing. The anticipation builds, yeah. Have you heard about DoorDash's route-based test dashing? I did hear about that. We'll have to see how that goes. I actually seen someone testing one of those robots about a year ago in San Francisco. Like it was a guy walking down the street. He was controlling the robot, and I was like, huh, that's weird. I wonder will deliveries happen that way? And this was like a year ago, and now DoorDash is like rolling out with that. I guess a restaurant will put the food in like this little drone, and the drone will like go to a particular location, and then the carrier will pick the food up out of the drone and give it to the customer. It sounds weird if you ask me, but I don't know. We'll have to see how a drone is going to work on the sidewalk with, crackheads in the TL. um, we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm pretty sure this drone will have like cameras and stuff like that and security features, but yeah, we'll have to see. I think it would be better to test it in other places versus the city. I guess they're going to test it in Redwood City first. But from what I hear, this thing only goes 4 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour. What? I don't get it. That's like super slow. How often do you travel a year? Do you work abroad or is it straight vacay mode? No, none of this is vacation mode. Like I am working like every day. Like every day I'm here, I'm working. If I'm not making a YouTube video and editing that for like an hour, I'm working on some back end work for another website, or I'm taking photos for a website that I'm going to sell photos to, or I'm making money doing something. Like this is definitely not a vacay. This morning, I'm probably going to chill out for a little bit this morning, but yeah, no vacay for me. This is like, well, this is work and play for the most part. The video connection is perfect. Really? I was kind of worried about that. I was like, dude, I don't know if the video is going to be good here. So thirsty. I forgot. I cut the AC off in the middle of the night and woke up and it was so hot in here. I know, what a crazy title. Don't watch this live stream. That's how you get people to watch a video. When you put in the title, don't watch this video, everyone wants to click on it. Or watch this video and die. Rideshare genius. I've been following you online lately. Tell me more about DoorDash. Victor, what up? I don't know. I'm just sitting back. About to open up a complete cookie. I brought hella complete cookies with me from the States so I can have my cookie of choice. Man, they have some really good falafels around here. Wow. Had a crazy night last night. I don't even want to talk about my night because I don't know who's watching this live stream. Why did I go vegan? Honestly, I did not go vegan for the animals. I went vegan to say, fuck American companies, fuck the oil industry. That's the main reason why I went vegan. I'll have to probably expand on that in the future. I'm not going to expand on that in this live stream because I know people just don't like the word veganism that much. So I'm not going to blast it out here, but I have my own reasons. I actually think that in the next 5 to 10 years, half of the country will be vegan. I really think so. Because I've tried like a lot of vegan food that's like okay, vegan Mexican food and vegan burgers, and like I've tried a lot of this stuff, and it's only gonna take like a big company to say, okay, like it's gonna take a big company like McDonald's to say, okay, instead of having cow meat, now we're gonna have plant meat. And plant meat is gonna cost 10 times less is cow meat. So what does that mean? That means that McDonald's is gonna make more profits. That means stockholders are gonna make more profits. It's all about profits. There's a company out there called Impossible Meats. They actually make a burger that bleeds. It's a burger made out of plants. How does it bleed? They infuse it with coconut oil. So when you bite into it, it bleeds like a burger. I'm not a big fan of that because I don't really like beef burgers. I don't really like a burger that bleed. But for someone who loves beef burgers, And if I would like serve them that burger, I don't know if they would notice, you know, especially after you add some toppings, you know, some sauce, some pickles, some onions, throw some tomatoes up on that joint. They may not be able to taste the difference. And even like I've had Mexican food that like I went to this one Mexican spot in Oakland and I'm looking at the food and I'm like, no, that's not vegan. Like that's some pork. And they're like, yeah, no, this is vegan. And I'm like, what? It's vegan? Yeah, it's vegan. And I taste it and I'm like, dude, this is crazy good. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper to make. You don't have to worry about like E. coli. You don't have to worry about getting sick. There's no mad cow disease when you're talking about plants. Another day, another dollar. What happened to the haircut, bro? You know, I was actually gonna cut my hair before I came here because it's so wicked hot. So I was gonna cut my hair. But then I was looking in the mirror the other day and I'm like, dude, I kind of like this natural style. I kind of like this natural style. Like I can rock this. Like it's me. Like I don't have a boss telling me, yo, cut your hair, yo, shave. I don't have a boss telling me that. So I was gonna do it. I mean, I'm in a third world country right now. I don't care about my hair. I mean, look at all these other folks' hair around here. Oh, so DoorDash is doing something you pick up from one location and you drop off at multiple locations. That's pretty interesting because DoorDash, that kind of sounds like not Uber Eats, but they had this thing called Uber Instant where you would just go to the app and there's like four things on the menu and you click on one thing and someone delivers it to you in like 5 minutes or 7 minutes because they have 10 of those items with them. I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. That's really good if people want something that's pre-made and they want it really fast. We'll have to see. I'm actually surprised to hear a lot of noise from DoorDash. I haven't heard much from DoorDash in a minute. So no, this will not be a 2 hour live stream. No, I'm not gonna live stream for 2 hours. I'm probably gonna go down there and get some free breakfast from the resort. I don't know what that's gonna be. It's probably gonna be like eggs and rice. And I'm gonna go down there and be like, no eggs and rice. I don't want no eggs and rice. Plant meat is super expensive. Um, yeah, it might be super expensive today. But when there's more and more companies out there competing for that space, it's gonna be hella cheap. It's gonna be super cheap. I think beef is gonna freaking go up. Like beef is gonna go up. Like I don't know. Like if you really like follow like it's kind of hard to explain. Like it kind of gets really political because it has to do with oil and the price of oil. So if the price of oil goes up, and the price of oil is not going up now. If the price of oil goes up, that means that it's gonna cost more for things to be shipped. And I don't want to get into this conversation right now. Meat is way more profitable. Meat is gonna be way more profitable in the future. Just got back from Ubering in the town. How is Ubering in the town? What town are you Ubering in, Riley? Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Right on. Less emissions, more protein. Yeah. So it's weird. Like I've been drinking hella Coca-Cola when I'm here. I've been drinking hella Coca-Cola on this trip. And the main reason why I've been drinking so much Coca-Cola, it tastes different. Like it doesn't taste like the same Coca-Cola in the States. Like if you get the Coca-Cola in a bottle, it's like super sweet. Like it's really good. It's not like the Coca-Cola in the States. Bro, when are you coming back? Y'all know I'm never gonna tell y'all when I'm coming back. You just gonna have to watch a video. You don't have to be like, dang, Jermaine's back in Frisco. When I get back, I will do a meetup. I promise I'll do a meetup. I was gonna do a meetup before I left, but I don't know why I didn't do a meetup. I kind of got a little distracted. It's like so windy. I want to show you guys where I am. You guys care if I show you where I am? You know, like pick the computer up and walk around really fast. I got like a tripod behind me. Yo, YouTube freaks. So I'm standing in this room now. Wow, my computer is really warm. And it's like, let's do like walk around. Check out this crazy bed. It's like pretty dope. You can like, hide yourself in there. Good thing I didn't have to sleep there alone last night. It sucks sleeping in bed alone, if you know what I mean. And this is another view here. This bed has 2 pools, by the way. There's a smaller pool, and there's a massive Olympic-sized pool there. I forgot how crappy of a swimmer I am, but I got like halfway down, and I'm like, I'm so out of breath. And if you look over this way, that would be the ocean. It's kind of hard to see. You can see now just a little bit, but there's the ocean there. Beautiful, spectacular. And look down here, this is the way of getting around the island. So there's motorcycles everywhere. And, I brought my GoPro and I brought my GoPro mounts for a motorcycle. I brought all of that stuff just in case I want to make videos. But once I got to this island, you know what I discovered, guys? Everybody goes out on motorcycles and they get really drunk and they ride motorcycles. And I'm thinking, dude, I don't want to go out on a motorcycle. Like, I don't want to be on a motorcycle. Like, everybody just rides drunk on a motorcycle. It's so crazy. No one wears helmets. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I was at the bar last night, and you see tons of bikes, like motorcycles out. Well, I don't want to say motorcycles. These are scooters. You see tons of scooters around, and everyone is in the bars, like, drunk. Like, every single person is in there like, yeah, oh, yeah. And I'm just like, well, dang, how are they going to get back home? They're all going to ride on those motorcycles drunk, scooters drunk. And I don't even want to be out there because I may not be the drunk one on a scooter, but it could be some other drunk person on a scooter to hit me, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to die in Thailand. I've already heard of multiple stories. Like, I've heard from 3 different people that they've seen dead bodies on the street in Asia. Like, from 3 different people, like American tourists. Are like, yeah, we're driving down the street and it was this motorcycle accident. And yeah, it was like a dead body in the street. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. But that's why it helps to wear a helmet. People don't wear helmets, and you shouldn't drink either. Where's all those girls? Do a meetup in New York. Broccoli is 25%. No, broccoli is 80% protein. That's true. Plants only, beef is only 25%. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a meetup in New York. I'll be back in New York pretty soon. Maybe March. I don't think I'm gonna go in February. Maybe I'll do another trip in February. I'm working on like a sponsorship deal, so possibly I can do that. Where's those girls? The girls, they're out, man. Like, it is super easy to meet chicks around here. Like, super easy. Like, super easy. Like, if you're a single dude, if you're tired of playing those games in the US, like American girls, you gotta, you know how it is in the States. You gotta play games with girls sometimes, half of the time. So just save up your money and come here. Like, girls don't even want to play games. A lot of times, girls just want to chill, because they know that you're a tourist. They know that you're gonna come and go. So they're not trying to get serious with you. They're not gonna like be like super uptight. I don't know. Like, I see why so many dudes come here from the US. Like, I see why it's a different energy here. But then you also see like those guys here that have been here probably like 10 years and they look like miserable. You don't want to be that dude. Invite those girls into my room. So I'm trying to keep this really clean because I don't know who watches my videos. Like, I don't know if like I don't know, 6 months from now, I may want to date someone and they may be the type that goes through and watch all my YouTube videos. And so I kind of have to like, I can't like just be a player online. Come on. Uber Eats in DC, would you consider doing Uber Eats in downtown areas? Are you in a car or are you driving? It sounds like you're in a car if you're talking about doing it in the suburbs. The only thing about doing Uber Eats in a city is you got to deal with the parking. Now, I don't know what the parking situation is like in DC. In San Francisco, if you watch my videos, you guys know what the parking situation is. For me, I just hustle it. I don't really know what it's like in DC. It could be the same exact way, but they got like Secret Service everywhere and stuff like that. So I don't really know how that works. I guess a bike would be pretty easy, but everyone doesn't want to ride a bike. And I completely understand why you may not want to ride a bike. I mean, I don't want to ride a regular bike around all day. I mean, I'll ride an electric bike, but I don't think I want to pedal all day. Is caviar good in New York? Yeah, caviar is pretty good in New York. What up, Sergio? What you up to? How is New York? What's the weather like in New York right now? What time is it in New York right now? I've had the hardest time keeping up with the time. I literally need to wear like two watches, like one here, my Apple Watch, which is like, I don't even know where it is. And then I need to wear a watch that says like California time so I can like memorize. Where is my watch? Yeah, let's put a hat on. You won't be talking about my hair now. Where is my watch? There we go. Get one of those girls drunk and make a cool video. You don't have to get them drunk, dude. You don't have to get them drunk. Like, so last night when I was walking back from, I was like walking to get a falafel. When at this new resort, it's kind of far away from food and it's kind of far away from the bars. But that's okay because I didn't even really want to go out to like the club scene because there's like some pretty popping clubs on this joint. It's pretty popping clubs. And when I was out, like I didn't go all the way near the clubs. I was near like this little town area, and I'm telling you, when you're walking down the street, like you have just Thai girls just coming up to you, like, "Hey, come party, come drink, come drink, come drink." However, you have to do this. You have to know one thing. You got to know if it's a lady boy or not. Majority of the time, it's going to be a lady boy. But check this out. A lot of, from what I don't know, they're pretty straight up about it. Like, I'll be like, "Yo, are you a lady boy?" And they're like, "Lady boy, lady boy." And then, I just keep walking. But last night when I was walking through, like, I saw these two girls. You can kind of tell if it's a lady boy or not. A lady boy is going to try a little too hard. Okay, they're going to try a little too hard. And another way you can tell if it's a lady boy, the eyes. The eyes, like, they wear hella makeup. And like I said, they try too hard. That's how you can tell. And last night, like, I was walking by like well, not hella bars, but it was like 5 bars in a row. It was hella lady boys around there. So I just kept walking. You can also tell by their voice, like, because they're trying to sound like a woman. A lady boy is a man. They're trying to sound like a woman. They look like a woman. And, in these bars, it's about 5 bars I was walking by, and hella lady boys. And then it was this bar. It was like no one in there. Well, let me take this back. All these bars were kind of empty. The first 2 bars, there was maybe like 4 or 5 tourists in there. And then there was this other bar. It was like 3 Thai girls. And I could tell like one of the girls was like straight up a woman, like just for sure right off the bat. She was just wearing like a top out. Like, I could straight up tell. And it was this other girl, like super cute girl. Like I was so trying to talk to her, but like she was like really into her phone. Her English wasn't that good. So I hung out at that spot, played pool for a little bit, pool. And that the game Connect 4. I haven't played that game in forever. I played Connect 4 for like a couple hours last time. So I was hanging out there talking to some chicks, and then when I got ready to go, like, I took off. I was like, "Yo, see ya." And then I went by this other spot because I'm trying to get back to the resort I'm staying, and there they go. Like, I couldn't even walk like down the street. It was like girls stopping me like left and right. And, it was these 2 girls walked up, and when I walked by this one bar, I thought, "Oh, dude, this is legit," because I can tell, I know that this is a cool spot. I can tell by the people hanging out there. So this chick comes up. Well, these two girls come up, and I'm like, "Are you a lady boy?" And it's so funny because there's like this white dude sitting right there, and he already knows what's up. He knows that there's hella lady boys around here. And these two chicks walk up to me. The first thing I ask, "Are you a lady boy?" And she says, "No, no, lady boy. You can touch. You can touch." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I believe you. I believe you." And like all these people started laughing. They're like, "Oh, you don't want them lady boys. You don't want them lady boys." They were saying this with like a European accent, so it was even funnier than what I just said. And I'm just like, yeah. So I went there and chill, hung out for a little bit, and time went on, time went on. It's the next morning now. I'm in my bedroom, back here alone. It's only been about 30 minutes, and I'm chilling doing a live stream. So yeah, that's what happened last night. That would be the micro version of what happened last night. You guys are gonna have to use your imagination to figure out what else happened. All right. Let's go back to these comments because I'm talking too much right now. It's like no one has iPhones around here. They have this phone out here that looks just like an iPhone, and everybody's got that joint. And I'm like, what kind of phone is that? It's not by Samsung. It's not by LG. It's by some. It starts with a V. Like I thought it was like a knockoff Sony phone, but everybody's got that phone out here. Peace from the 510. Yo, what up, Canada? Oh, it's 7:51 in New York. So, it's like nighttime in New York. How much does it cost to go to Bangkok and stay where you're staying for a week? Ooh, this is one thing I haven't really talked about that much in the vlogs. I kind of wish I would have told you guys more about the pricing. It can be very inexpensive, or it can be moderately expensive. So I stayed at this place in Bangkok. I did stay at a hostel. I didn't vlog the hostel, but it was like $11 a night, and it was like a 6-person dorm. That was super cheap. I really didn't spend that much money in Bangkok. I just like went out to eat, went roaming around with the other YouTuber. Things seem like they're a little bit more here. Like this hotel I'm staying at now is like $60 a night. So, $11 versus $60 a night, like that's a difference. I don't mind posting up at this place. The hut that I stayed in last night was, well, not last night, but the night before, or the hut that was in the last vlog. That hut was 400 baht. So 400 baht is like $12. Totally not worth it. The thing I didn't really explain this, but there was a Geico in the hut. So I went back to the hut. There's a huge Geico in the hut. I'm gonna have to do a story time video talking about that night, the night that I lost a drone, because oh yeah, a whole lot of stuff happened that night too. And that's why I was awake at 7 in the morning looking for the drone, because I didn't go to sleep. Sometimes you have nights like that. You don't go to sleep. But anyway, have you ever traveled to the Middle East? I've traveled to Egypt. I really want to go to Israel. I really want to go to Lebanon. I don't know. For some reason, I think it's like the beautifulest people in the world come from the Middle East, like Turkey. I would love to go to Turkey, but there's a lot of I don't know if I want to go to Turkey right now with the whole thing going on with Russia. I definitely love the Middle East a lot. The Middle East is not so cheap to get to. Like, I don't see flights to the Middle East for like $400 from California. They're usually like $800. But I really like the Middle East. Like, oh man, like last night, like when I was on the taxi, it was some Jewish girls on the taxi, and I was from Israel, and I'm just like, whew, man, you're so damn fine, bro. Like, gosh, like I just want to just empty out my savings account and just give it to you. Just come with me for one night. Gosh. Anyway, let me go to the next question. I don't want to sound like a freak here. Have you ever? Yeah, I just read that one. So I've been to the Philippines before. I was in the Philippines about 2 years ago. I like the Philippines. The Philippines, man, you need some time for the Philippines because going from island to island, it takes time. But yeah, I really like the Philippines. Like Philippines is fun. I had a blast in Philippines. Stayed in Palawan is a famous island. Filipinos, if you're Filipino, you know what I'm talking about. In your last video, you said something crazy happened. So I think I'm gonna wait and just do a story time video on that crazy night. Because that was the night I lost a drone. That was the crazy night that I really didn't talk about. Yes, you can, the girl boys. Yes, you can tell by the Adam's apple, but you can't always tell by the Adam's apple. And the reason why you can't is a lot of the guy, like everybody in Thailand is like little for the most part. Little, even the guys, like they're just like little, like they're little people. I don't think they have a lot of dairy in their diet, so that makes them not grow really tall like a giant. That's why, like in America, like people have like size 13 feet, and in Europe, people have like big feet. And like you go to Switzerland, not Switzerland, but you go to Sweden and you see like, these hella tall people. It's all about diets, and around here, they don't have all that in their diet, so people are a little short. And the guys and the girls are just small. The guys are really flamboyant. Sometimes you can tell by the Adam's apple, but a lot of people have surgery around here for that. Well, not a lot of people, but a lot of lady boys have surgery for the Adam's apple. It sounds horrible. Surgery on your Adam's apple. Whoa. I don't know. Let me go on to the next comment. Ooh, shit. Surgery on the Adam's apple. Doesn't sound appealing at all, right? Sorry about your drone. Dude, it sucks to lose a drone, but like I said, that's just how it is. Like you fly them, you're gonna lose them, you know? I'm just gonna buy another one. I don't know which one I want to get. Like I want to get the Maverick, but it costs like $1,000. And what if I lose that? Like I didn't even keep that other drone for a month. Like, I didn't even release the video of me using the drone. Like I have like video, like the footage on my computer. I was gonna edit it up. And I was gonna like finish that video here, but I don't have the drone. So I think I'm still gonna finish the video. At the end of the video, I'll just say, look, I lost the drone. And I'll explain to people how I lost the drone. Really, really annoying how I lost the drone. It just cut off, basically. The GPS turned off, and then after the GPS turned off, the Wi-Fi turned off, and once you lose Wi-Fi, like there's no connection. You're not talking to the drone anymore. Yes, it is a Chinese version iPhone. The crazy thing about that phone is it had a 20 megapixel camera, like a selfie camera. And it kind of figures because, man, Asians around here love to take selfies. Like in Bangkok, it's just like everywhere you go, there's people like this. Like everywhere, like it's crazy. Like they made a phone just for that, like 20 megapixel phone. It's beautiful. We climax together. Hangover. Ooh. How are the Thai women? Really good. Postmates in New York, good. Yeah, Postmates in New York's good. It's so funny on these live streams. I got one question that's like, how are the Thai women? And another question is like, is Postmates good in New York? Hello, homie from Cali. What up? Photoshop 11. Walking or biking? Biking in New York would be better than walking. Africa. So is Jermaine going to Africa? You know, I was actually gonna make a video to talk about like why I don't go to Africa as much as I go to other continents. And I mean, I guess I can talk about that for a second here. Man, the main reason why I don't really go to Africa as much, like I've been to like Europe like 3 times, or I think I've been to Europe 3 times, maybe 4 times. Let's just say 3 times. And this is my 3rd time coming to Asia. I've only been to the continent of Africa once. Well, I've also only been to South America once too. I've never been to Australia. Australia would be the last continent for me. I'm not so interested in going to Australia for some reason. I mean, they speak English. I don't know. Let's not talk about Australia. We're gonna talk about Africa. But main reason why I just don't really like just go to Africa as much is because number one, it's far away, and there's not a lot of flights going there. Yeah, there's a lot of flights going to Egypt from the U.S. There's a lot of flights going to like Kenya, and Kenya will be the next place in Africa I will go to, by the way, either Kenya or South Africa. But Africa can get really expensive, like on the slick. And what I mean by that, I mean, there are countries in Africa that cost way more than the US. Africa can, and also like it's like the language barrier and like visas. You need like a lot of countries you may need a visa, and that's like extra time, that's extra preparation. You may need shots. Like once again, that's extra time, that's extra preparation, that's more money you got to come out of your pocket with. Also, I don't typically like to travel for a month. Majority of the travelers I meet around here, they're traveling for like a month or 2 months or 3 months. I don't really like to do that. I would rather travel 2 weeks or 3 weeks now and then go back to my country and then take another trip 2 months later for another 2-3 weeks. I like to break up my trips that way. Like tons of friends, they'll just save up money and just take 2 months off and just travel for 2 whole months. Well, I want to take 2 months off too, but I don't want to take them all off together. And I also don't want to spend them all in the same region of the world. I want to go to other regions of the world. So that's really why I don't. Definitely, I'm gonna make that Africa video to talk more about why I don't go to Africa as much. I will go in the future probably. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Have you ever been to Dominican Republic? No, not yet. I was thinking about doing a cruise to hit up some of the Caribbean islands, but it just never really happened. And I don't know if I really want to take a cruise because you guys know, like, if you're on a cruise boat, this is crazy. But I didn't really think about this. But if you're on a cruise boat and the boat sinks, you know what happens? Women and children get off first. Like, that's still a thing. Like, women and children get off first. So I'm like, dang, I don't want to die on a boat if it's sinking, you know? Well, not that I care about the boat sink. Not that I'm not talking about it. Not that I care if the boat sinks, but that's just creepy if you ask me. Like, women and children first, like all the dudes stay. Like, dang, that's scary. Like, maybe I don't want to be on a boat. Put me on a plane. We all gonna die together. Women, children, pilot, everyone. Bam. That's my style. What website do you sell photos on? I'll get to that in a second. I'm from the Middle East, Iran. You should check it out, bro. There are a lot of fun girls. Also, check out Dubai. I really want to go to Dubai. Dubai is on the list, but but see, the reason why I haven't been to Dubai yet is I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do Dubai and Kenya in one trip because they're kind of in the same region. Really want to go to Kenya for some reason. Kenya has been calling my name. Oh, you think I should get the Phantom 4? Okay, so when the drone loses Wi-Fi, it does come back to you, but the GPS has to be on for it to come back to you. If the GPS is off, it's not going to come back to you because it's not going to know where to go, you know? And that's what happened. The GPS cut off first, and then the Wi-Fi cut off. So it's a kite, basically. And it was like at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. Like it was negative 30 feet. And I remember flying it at positive 100 feet. So I completely lost the drone. Do a video about food in Thailand. So yesterday's vlog, because it's weird, like my vlogs are like, they're off like right now. I filmed yesterday and Now I'm gonna edit the footage and get ready to upload it online. And yesterday's video, I was in a Thai grocery store and I was just walking around. Well, not the whole video, but a chunk of the video is me in a Thai grocery store, just showing like how much this costs and how much that costs, and stuff like that. That was in so that's gonna be in the next vlog that's coming out. That vlog, I guess, is gonna come out tonight. Yeah, I guess it'll come out tonight. I'm so confused with the vlogs right now. Question for you guys that are in Question for you guys that are in America right now. How are the protests? Um, in the Bay Area, how are the protests? Like, one reason why I wanted to leave is because I didn't want to be in the Bay for the protests. I didn't want to be in the country for Trump's inauguration. Sorry, not Trump, Donald's inauguration. Don't want to give Mr. Donald any more respect than he deserves. So I'm gonna call him by his first name, not by his last name, because when you call someone by their last name, you're showing them respect. Like when you say Mr. Obama or when you say Mr. Johnson or Mr. Bob. But when you call somebody by their first name, it's kind of like, I'm losing subscribers and I'm losing views now because I'm talking about Donald Trump. Bye bye. Maybe I should stop talking about Donald Trump. We're in Thailand. Referral code for, yeah, you have a referral link for caviar. Referral link for caviar is 901 Cali. Maybe I'll write that down here. Dang it, I'm lost. You ever get scared while walking around that island? Easy. No, I don't really get, no, not really scared walking around this island. There has been places I've been where like it's a little sketchy, but it's pretty safe. Like I've actually never, that's something that I've never even thought about since I've been here. I've never, I don't think I've been afraid at all, like from anyone. I mean, the most of the thing I'm afraid of is getting hit by a car or getting hit by a motorcycle, but I'm definitely not afraid of people. Um, that's interesting you asked that because I really haven't even thought about safety that much here. I mean, except for like, getting hit by a car or getting hit by a motorcycle, because that can definitely happen because there's not really a sidewalk. Like the cars sort of drive on the side of the road too when they're passing. And sometimes people walk on the side of the road. So it's a little weird. Do a video of talking with people down there. Yeah, I'll do a video I'll do a video soon. At night, it's a little hard to shoot video because it's like dark and there's so much music. It's kind of hard to like really like talk to people. Ain't no white or yellow women in Africa, so why would he go? Huh, it really makes me wonder who is this dude. They always leave like the craziest comments. I think this is like probably some woman or something. I'm pretty sure there's plenty white and yellow women in Africa. And what are you guys talking about? I know there's so many white people in Africa. Like Africa is it's some I mean South Africa is full of white people. Like full of white people. Like for the most part, they're all from like the UK and Europe and not so much from the US, but a lot of European influence. We're in Thailand. I'm at Koh Chang. Yeah, Koh Chang. Koh Chang. Koh Chang. Koh Chang. Yeah, you can totally sign up for caviar, Victor. Oh gosh, I don't even want to read some of these comments. The protests are massive all over. Wow, that's crazy. But I don't. It's kind of bad because I think it's going to be martial law soon. I mean, right when George Bush was elected, once again, I'm talking about politics. So we're probably gonna have like 15 viewers in a minute. But yep, go if you want to. If you don't want to hear me talk about politics, peace out. Go watch some porno or something. Go fab. Like, get a life. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. Gosh, I'm acting like Uberman over here. Let's see. I forgot what I was gonna say now because I got on that whole. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. It was political. Oh yeah. So when Bush was elected, people hated Bush. But what happened right after Bush got elected? September the 11th. And then it was like, okay, people don't hate Bush as much because we're at war. So I think something's crazy going to happen in the US under the Trump administration. That crazy thing is going to be people rioting like crazy, and it's going to be martial law. And martial law is really going to suck. It's really going to suck because Uber drivers are not going to be making money because there's going to be curfews on American streets. I mean, it's going to be horrible. Like, I don't know. Maybe this will be the year that I leave the US. I mean, my ex-girlfriend already left, and she's like, I don't want to come back. I actually talked to her last night. We talked for a second. Like, I was getting back to the room, and I like had someone with me, and like she called, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna have to rap with you later." Click. I mean, I actually kind of want to talk to her just to see like how you doing down there. It's crazy. Her and I are like, her and I we're so far away. She's in like Belize, and I'm freaking in Thailand. She's on some island, and I'm on some island here. Like, it's kind of weird. I heard it was lit in downtown Oakland. I bet it was lit in downtown Oakland. Work and play, cool. At least 250 people arrested in DC. Dang, that's a lot of arrests. It's still up there. I just woke up. It's 8 a.m. here, and it is the 22nd of January. My birthday is in 3 days. I'm gonna turn. My birthday is gonna be in Thailand. Last year I was in what? I was in Amsterdam for my birthday. Yeah, I was in Amsterdam for my birthday. Y'all already know what I was doing over there in Amsterdam for my birthday. Uh, Amsterdam birthday. I'm going to Africa way before Jermaine does. I guarantee it. I've already been to Africa, fool. Trump, Trump, Trump. Yo, so check this out. I got something funny to tell y'all. So I was on Tinder here, and Tinder here is completely different. I'm just getting hit up like crazy. Like right now, if I got on my Tinder account, 70 conversations going. Like, yeah, like too many conversations. Like, of course, I can keep up with all of them. But one thing I figured out why no one in the Bay Area wanted to talk to me on Tinder is because it said interest, it said Donald Trump. And I'm thinking, dude, that's why no one wanted to go on a date with me in the Bay because they thought I was a Trump supporter. I was so pissed about that. And for some reason, it still says that. So I like wrote in the description, not a Trump supporter. And once again, I'm talking about politics. So if you want to leave the live stream, peace out. Go fab. Make America right again. I agree with that. Like, I totally agree with that. Like, that's what, yeah. What them white women at? You got them. I know any Thai words yet? Okay, I promise. I'll go learn some Thai words. I really no, I don't know any Thai words. Like I was learning a few Thai words, but I just can't remember them right now because I didn't practice enough. That 70s girl. Hey, whoever the 70s girl, go to my Facebook page right now, my Facebook page, and leave me a comment so I can know who you are. Like, please leave me a comment. Like, you are the subscriber that like hits me up the most. Like, and you don't have a photo on here, so I don't know who you are, but go to my Facebook page and give me a shout out because I want to know who are you. Like, I want to know you. What time is it over there? It's now it's 8:20 in the morning. Trump is the best. I hope you're from Russia, whoever's saying that. Martial law, yeah, it's gonna be martial law. I think so. If things get worse, like if things get worse, things could get worse. I hope it comes down soon. I really does. I hope it comes down. It's crazy. Like on this trip, I don't tell people I'm from America. Like I don't say America, California, because when you say America, people are like Donald Trump. Nope, I'm from California, the most progressive place in the world. The what sixth largest economy in the world. No, not from the U.S. U.S. is different. U.S. is going to be make it great again. Going to be make it white again. California is not like that. California is progressive. California is a place for everyone. California is, it's not like the rest of the country, man. Like when I leave California, I'm like, bro, this is a different country. Like when I'm in the airport and I'm in different cities in America, I'm like, dude, I don't see any diversity. Like it's all white. And I'm not trying to be racist here. I'm just keeping it real. Like, especially in the middle of the country, it's like it is all white. Like that's it. But in California, it's not that way. It's like Asians and Latinos and hella Indians. You see a few black people here and there. Like it's just progressive. Like that's why I love California. Yeah, you got that right. The West and NYC. Like that's the only US I want to go to now. Hey, have you ever done caviar in Los Angeles? Because another one of them random questions in live stream. This is why I like doing live streams because random questions pop up like that. I haven't done caviar in no, I haven't done caviar in Los Angeles. No, not yet. I don't know if I want to do. You nasty. I'm nasty. You nasty. Show me what nasty's like. Italy. Ooh, Italy. Simon is gonna miss me like crazy. We have another roommate, Roxy. She takes care of Simon like really well. So Simon, he should be good for now. I miss Simon already too. They burnt Oakland to the ground. It's all gone. It wouldn't surprise me if they burnt Oakland to the ground. Oakland is like, man, people in Oakland get too crazy sometimes. That's why I wish I lived in the city because they don't have things in the city don't go. I don't know. Things in Oakland can get super crazy, and the city is not as crazy because there's like way more cops in the city. That's one thing about the city I don't get. Like, I've been to a protest in the city, and the cops that come out, it's like, where are all these freaking cops coming from? Are they like literally sitting underground, like waiting for something to happen? I think it was like a giant. No, it wasn't a Giants game. It was some other. It was a Black Lives Matter protest. I seen more. It was like more cops there than it was like black people protesting. Like I'm like, how do you even get that many cops? Like, how much money is it costing the city to employ all those cops right now? Like, it must be $1 million an hour right now. Like, taxpayers' money. That's all the money that they make off of the parking violations and getting people's cars towed and stuff. Protests. Happy early birthday. If there's martial law, I move to Mexico. If there's martial law, I'm gonna want to leave too. But the thing about martial law is sometimes they may close the borders. So if they do that, that would really suck because we would just be stuck in the country. And they could also do stuff like cut the internet connection. So I mean, could you imagine there's martial law and there's no internet? Because internet is how people would connect. That connection, well, now we can't connect. So we can't like, go against the system. Not that I really want to go against the system, but people are going to go against the system for sure. I mean, I want to go against the system, but I don't want to be like, this dude like, hey, go against the system. Like, that ain't me. When are you coming home? When the hell are you coming home? Well, I'm still working. I'm just not working in the city. Amsterdam has good coffee shops, big shops with hash cakes. Huh, I didn't know they had hash cakes in Amsterdam. I may have to try me a hash cake the next time I'm back in Amsterdam. Jermaine Ellis for president. No, Elon Musk for president. Elon Musk for president. I like Elon Musk. Email me instead. Cool 70s girl. So I'm near White Sand Beaches. If you know where the White Sand Beaches are, I'm really close. The White Sand Beaches are maybe 2-3 kilometers away, or a mile away for my American viewers. What's a kilometer? I don't know. How long have I been on this live stream now? Has it been like 3 hours yet? It's been an hour. Why am I yawning like crazy? Oh, I know I'm yawning like crazy. Ooh. Yeah, y'all got some more questions, or should we end the live stream? I got all the way down to the bottom. Yo, hit me up with some more questions. I'm gonna actually go grab an orange because I'm like, I want to go down and get breakfast, but I already know what that breakfast is gonna be like. It's so weird to walk around with the computer in live stream. What would be scary? Victor, what would be scary? I love this hotel. It's like so dope. And it's like super cheap for the most part. I mean, this hotel in the US would be like, well, this hotel in California would be a couple $100 for sure. Looking forward to the next episode of Rideshare Show. That episode should come out soon. I don't know what day it is. Gosh, I'm like yawning like crazy. You know what that's from? It's Sunday in Thailand. So the next Rideshare Show should come out tomorrow. Yeah, there should be a Rideshare Show coming out tomorrow. We've already filmed it, so Mike has to release it. There's no way I could do it. Like, the internet's so slow around here, and that would be like a 20 gigabyte file. I don't know why we're filming everything in 4K. Am I shaking really crazy? We're filming everything in 4K, and it makes the file so big. Lion, you just on my channel. Question, how did you find my channel? My nose is running like crazy. Like, stop running. Sorry. Okay, there we go. It's because I'm like looking down at the computer, so it's just like running out. Oh, so Lion, how did you find my channel? Did you just find it like 5 minutes ago, or did you find it like a week ago? How people find my channel, because I don't know. Like lately, I haven't been growing that many subscribers. Like I just been adding like few subscribers, and I'm just like curious because if people are finding me a certain way, I kind of want to keep doing that. Show us this picture of the woman you was with last night. Watch out for those Thai women that are men. Yup. You definitely gotta watch out for those. I can tell y'all just ended the live stream. What are your plans for today? Well, okay, that's a good question. Let's figure out what I'm gonna do today. So it's 8:30 now. I'm supposed to check out of this place at 12. I was thinking of going to another resort like right down the street because it's like $40 a night. I don't know if it's this plush. I don't think it has 2 pools. Or I could stay at this resort again. I could stay in the same room for another $60 a night. But the problem with that is I'm gonna have to go travel way back down there to like the party and on the nightlife and the falafels and everything. So I'm kind of thinking like, do I want to switch, or do I want to stay here again, or I could just stay here again and stay in a different room. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna like go swimming and I don't know, chill out, and then maybe 11 o'clock like make up my mind at the last minute. Oh, interesting. Had an interesting Uber ride, and she was new to it, and we were talking, and she said she watched you on YouTube. That's awesome. So you found me from another Uber driver. That's dope. That's word of mouth. I thought maybe it was like a video or a comment or something like that. Yeah, $40 a night is pretty cheap for a hotel room. I'm thinking about switching to that one. Maybe I'll stay here for another night. I'm trying to book it on hotels.com because there's like hella good deals. It's actually cheaper to book it on hotels.com than it is to go to like the hotel itself. You got any productivity hacks? Um, please expand on that one. Productivity hacks. Get your butt up and go out and work. Um, You gonna buy another drone? Of course I'm gonna buy another drone. Like, when I lost it, I was like, no big deal. Like, I'll just freaking buy another one. See, when you fly a drone, you actually have to realize you can lose it. And if you lose it, you gotta be okay with that, you know? You gotta be okay. Like, I mean, you're literally buying something that flies. And anything that flies can crash. And if it crash, it can be destroyed. It's just one of those things. I mean, I still got the box. I think I'm gonna keep the box. I'm gonna take it back home because I can actually put some stuff in the box that'll take up less space in my bags. Yo, so people want me to go to North Korea. I've read in comments from another video. There's like the DNC area. Don't know if I'm gonna go there, but stay tuned. You might see a video or something like that coming up soon. Wow, I got crazy. I got so much sleep last night, and I'm having like crazy. Do you have a PO box address? I don't. Why don't I have a freaking PO box address? When I get back to the States, I'll get a PO box address. A T-shirt, or do you want to send me something to wear in the videos? I mean, I'll totally do it, especially if it's something that like I like, and if it's some like if it's relatable, I'll totally rock it. Don't count Walmart for a drone. Don't count out Walmart for a drone. I think I want to get the Maverick. And if I don't get the Maverick, there's another drone out there. Because the main thing about the Maverick is it's great to travel with. But there's this other drone that's called the Up Air One drone. I have a friend that has it, and he loves it. And it's It's like a $400 drone. It's really good for the most part. I may try that one out, but who knows? I'll just probably buy that one and crash it in about a month too. It's just the thing now to crash drones. Have you met any cute girls there? I've met too many cute girls there. I mean, as soon as I got off the plane, flying into Bangkok, it's just like, dang, man, you just see hot chicks everywhere. I think part of that is in Korea, it's really cold, right? So it's like people are dressed up, so you can't really see people because they, jackets, hoods, hats, stuff like that. You get to Thailand, it's hella hot. So in the airport, man, you just see skin, bro. You just see girls with these shorts on, so short, in the airport, girls walking, they got their booty hanging out their shorts and stuff. It's just like hot. And you see these girls are like hella tan because they've been in the Southeast Asia for like 3-4 months, and just be like, dang, bro, it's some tens around here. And it's just like that. Like Korea was totally different. Like Bangkok, like just flying into the airport, just be like, man, look at that skirt. I want to look up that skirt. Oh, that might be cheaper at a duty-free shop. Well, I've seen a lot of drones in the airport for sale. A lot of drones. They're all drones that I've never heard of. They're basically toy drones. A drone that yeah, drones I wouldn't really want to use for like videos and stuff like that. And they don't really have that good range. And I've seen a bunch of those in the airport. Man, these yawns are like not stopping. Like I'm so out of it right now. I'm gonna have to go back and sleep for like 3-4 more hours. Catch up on my sleep. So where are you guys driving for Uber? I guess not all my subscribers are Uber drivers anymore. Thank God. Not that I don't like Uber, but I just want to talk about other stuff sometimes. I mean, definitely when I get back to the States, I'm going to be talking about sharing economy stuff. But like I said, I don't want to just talk about one thing. I want to be Jermaine Ellis. I want to talk about stuff, different stuff. Well, I'm not exactly gonna go to North Korea. Um, I would go to the DNZ. The DNZ is like the area. So apparently you can get there from Seoul. It's not that far from Seoul, but like you can just go and like take pictures and stuff, and yeah, and come back. Like I'm definitely not gonna go. I don't want to go to North Korea. Actually, if you want to go to North Korea, if you really want to go there, you can actually go. I mean, even Americans, you have to go through China. There's a tour agency in China that you pay. I don't even think it's like crazy expensive, but you can go for like 7 days. It's crazy. It's something I would never want to do. It's something I would never want to do. Like there was another YouTuber that went there, and when he went, he basically bought a new computer to go because in North Korea they're so strict. Like if you have like something that's offensive, or if you have something that's like hateful, like they'll throw you in jail for life. So this dude like went bought a whole nother computer and went. So because he didn't want them to like take his computer and go through and like find something on his computer that's like, oh, you have a picture of a dog jumping off of a tree. We want to throw you in jail now. So North Korea is crazy like that. But I don't want to go. But like, if you're crazy enough, if you want to go, you can actually go. What airlines did you take from SFO to Korea? I took Korean Air. Yep, took Korean Air. It was like super cheap. It was like what, $666 for a trip. And that includes a couple layovers. You'll have to see what that next layover is in a couple days. Well, you have to see what that next layover is when I go. I'm originally from Tennessee, but I live in California. I live in Oakland, work in San Francisco. Spend the majority of my time in San Francisco. What travel site do you book on? I booked this on. I use Google Flights. Google Flights is my favorite one to use because sometimes uh, sometimes I want to take a trip and I have a budget of like X amount of money, and I have the dates set aside like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but I don't really know exactly where I want to go. So with Google Flights, what you can do is you can punch in your destination. Well, you can punch in where you live, like San Francisco, and then you can punch in the dates. The 1st through the 17th. And what Google Maps will do is it'll show you flights like everywhere, like all over the world for those dates. And it's really cool because you can see like, okay, for $400 I can go here, or for $700 I can go here, for $300 I can go here, for $150 I can go here. So that's why I really like to use Google Flights. Kayak is a really good site to use, but with Kayak, you don't have the same like search features that you have with Google Flights. So check out Google Flights. Google Flights is pretty cool. Naples. How many friends that love Kathmandu? I don't know. Yeah, it is super cheap. Actually, that was expensive. If I would have booked it earlier, if I would have booked the flight maybe 2 or 3 weeks earlier, it would have been $441. But I didn't really book it because I didn't really know if I wanted to go. So yeah, like I was looking at flights to Indonesia for next month, and they were $430 round trip from SFO to Indonesia. That's a long way. That's a super long way to go. And $400. Now, for $400, you could go from San Francisco to the Caribbean, like to like Dominican Republic, Jamaica, or you can go all the way to Indonesia. What is up now? So the wind's died down. There's like no wind right now. And it's crystal blue outside. Crystal blue skies outside. Dang, look at that super cute chick out there. Oh, that's live stream right here. Dang, my bad. I'm out here checking out the women on the train. Dude, she looking right. I don't know. I better stop that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get ready to end the live stream. Flight you've been on 14 hours. No, let me take that back. Not 14 hours. The longest flight I've been on was 12 hours. I haven't quite taken a 14-hour flight yet. A 14-hour flight would be a pretty long flight. That would be from San Francisco to Dubai. I don't even think that's a nonstop flight. That would be San Francisco to Australia. It's like a 14-hour flight. It's definitely the longest flight I've ever been on. Okay, so if you want to take your first trip out of the country, what's some of my advice? Okay, first off, I want to ask Eric, how old are you? How old are you? And are you gonna go alone or are you gonna go with people? Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back inside. I noticed the internet was choppy out there. Okay, so if you want to take a trip outside alone, I'm trying to wait for this guy to put his age down here so I can give you an idea. So if you want to take a trip outside the US, like for the first time alone, I would say like maybe check out the Caribbean because the Caribbean is pretty close. You don't really have the language barrier problem as much. It really depends on where you go in the Caribbean. When I was in Nicaragua, I think that's the place where I had the biggest language problem ever of all the countries I've been to. Like no one spoke English in Nicaragua. Like, I mean, people did, but like very few people did. It wasn't easy. Okay, 26 and alone, bro. That's like perfect age. Perfect age. I would say like use Google Flights. Figure out where you want to go. If you want to go to Europe, Europe is really easy to travel in because there's a lot of planes, there's a lot of buses, there's trains, and you can go to multiple places in a short amount of time. If you want, you can go to Europe in 3 weeks. You could go to like 15 countries if you wanted to. In Europe, sometimes you can go to like 3 countries in one day. I didn't really do that because I kind of want to experience a country for a little bit. I want to spend a little bit of time there, and I don't want to just bounce around and stop in this country and stop in this country and just say, "Oh, I've been to this country." Don't really like to do that. I like to at least spend a night there, check out the culture there, check out the scenery, see some of the old crappy buildings. Not old crappy buildings, but I'm just trying to be funny. But yeah, I would say like take that route first. And another thing, you're probably gonna have a lot of people telling you don't go and don't do it. When I took my first trip, I didn't tell anyone I was taking it. I didn't tell anyone I was taking it until I was in Paris, until the plane landed. That's when I told people. Like when I booked a flight, I didn't tell anyone. I just went. When I went, like I called my parents and I was like, I think I called my father. He's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm in Paris." He's like, "What are you doing in Paris?" Now I know this. If I would have told my father a week before, "Hey, I'm going to Paris next week," he would have probably talked me out of it, or I don't know, maybe not a week into it. But if I would have been like, "Oh, I'm thinking about taking a trip to Paris," like I think he would have talked me out of it. But now I don't. I take trips all the time. Like it's just what I do. Like, and people know like, oh, Jermaine's a traveler. Like that's what he does. So I've like built it up. I want to go to Dubai a lot. Dubai, I want to see the architect in Dubai so bad. I want to see them crazy buildings in Dubai. How I like the plane flight. It was it was actually a pretty smooth flight. Now from the flight from California, flight from San Francisco to Seoul, I had I had the window seat, and then there was a seat next to me that was empty, and then there was another guy sitting in that seat. That guy was like this American dude. He was from Sacramento. I want to say he was probably like 21 or something. It was super annoying. Like he just kept talking to me. Like I was eating, and like as soon as I take a bite, like he would ask me like 3 questions. And then as I'm chewing and I'm getting ready to answer a question, he would ask another question. Like it was super annoying. But I really liked that flight because we had an empty seat between us. And then the flight from Seoul to Bangkok, that flight was like a full flight. Like it was packed. And I sat next to once again I had the window seat, and it was like this American dude sitting next to me, and then it was this like this Asian guy sitting next to him. And the American dude, he was hella cool. This dude was like, I think he was like 25. He was Latino, And is his first time in Asia. He's like, man, what's Bangkok like? He's like, have you been here? And I was like, yeah, I've been here, dude. You gonna have a blast. And then I was like, yo, have you ever been to any other countries? And he's like, oh yeah, like I've traveled like all over Central America and South America. And I was like, oh dude, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Like it's a piece of cake if you already been there. And he was hella cool. We talked for quite a bit. I think we added each other on Instagram and stuff. Have I ever been to Tokyo? I haven't been to Tokyo. I've been to the airport maybe 4 times, but I've never left the airport. Maybe I'll have to go to Tokyo. I was just looking at a map of Tokyo. Tokyo is massive. Like, that is a big city. I definitely want to go to Tokyo. But there's so many places in the world to go to. Okay, so Eric, so you want to go to Europe. This is what you do. This is what I did. So whenever I would look up info, because a lot of times you really don't know how much a country is going to cost. And you want to know some idea because you want to know like how much money they take and all that. So this is what I did. I would go to places like hostelworld.com and I would type in like Paris. And I would look to see how much the prices are for like a hostel, right? And then I would look at how much would it cost to get from the airport to the hostel. And that's kind of how I would like judge and see like how much it costs to go to that country. For like New York, on the other hand, New York, it costs what, like $8 or $9. I forget, but to take the subway from New York is like $7 or $8. So it's super cheap. But then a hostel in New York is going to be like $40 a night. All right. And then food in New York is, well, we're not going to talk about food. We're just going to talk about getting to the airport and getting a hostel, right? But then in other countries like Costa Rica, you can get from the airport for like $20, but then hostels are like $12 a night. So it'll kind of give you an idea of how much money you're going to spend every day. And one more piece of info I can throw out there. Traveling can be really cheap if you don't move around as much. The more you move around, the more it's going to be. I don't care how cheap the country is, the more it's going to be. And I'm going to expand on that. So in the Philippines and Thailand, you can live here for like $500 a month or $1,000 a month. Me, I would probably have to have $1,000 a month because of my dietary restrictions. And I probably want to stay, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be probably like $1,000 a month. But that's because you're staying in one place. When you're moving around, it gets really expensive because, you have to pay for the bus. You have to pay for bus and then ferries and maybe a flight or two. So if you go to one particular place and just chill out there, it'll be cheaper and you'll get to know that place a little bit better. Because on this trip, I've been bouncing around like crazy. Like I've stayed in a different bed like every night, except for Bangkok. Bangkok, I stayed in the same bed twice. But that's the only time I've stayed in the same bed. So like every day, like I've been just spending money like crazy because I'm just like traveling and taxis and buses, and it's inexpensive, but it sort of adds up. Like I think I took 8 taxi rides yesterday. Like that adds up, But if I was at one spot just chilling, I would have saved those 8 taxi rides and I would have just bought food and drinks. What's the nicest airport you've been to? This may sound really weird, but the airport in Detroit is off the chain. It is off the chain. Like, I don't know if that's the nicest airport I've been to, but in the US, by far, it is the nicest airport. Like, I don't know, it's just the way it's laid out. It's like this whole straight line thing, and it has this sky train, and the food wasn't really overpriced. I would say the most expensive airport in the US is definitely San Francisco. By far. Like, I don't know why. Like, even New York, the airport was much cheaper. Like, San Francisco is literally double price for everything in the airport. What's a good travel country? What's a good travel budget than country? Okay, so let's say you want to go for a week because my first trip was for a week. I just went to Paris, stayed in Paris for the whole week, and left. Now, that was actually a really fun trip because I wasn't really moving around that much. I went to Paris, stayed in like a hostel like 4 nights, and then I moved to another hostel because I wanted to be in a different part of the city. I had a blast because I was just chilling. Um, I want to say one day it was like raining all day, and I was at this hostel. It was a hostel slash hotel. I stayed there and hung out in the hostel hotel bar the whole day. That was the best fun I ever had in a while back then because it was just fun. Like, it was so many cool people there. I mean, the food, they had great food. It was just great entertainment going on. Like, it was a lot of stuff to do. Like, just, and it's like weird. Like, I didn't do anything but stay indoors all day. But sometimes it's all about the environment and the places you stay. Some hostels can be really fun to stay at. Um, the best hostels are definitely in Europe, but I've stayed in this hostel I stayed at in Panama was so legit. Like, they had this thing where, like, okay, you had the ocean right outside, but they built a deck around it, so you could go swimming, and it was like an ocean pool basically. And there's all these people out hanging out like on the deck, and there's all this music going, and then there's people in the water. Like, it was just the dopest thing. And that was the type of hostel where like you can go and just stay there and hang out there the whole time. And like I met hella cool people there, and I mean, yeah, it was just so much fun. Lots of Americans down in Panama. Are there any hookers in Bangkok? There are hookers everywhere in Bangkok. It's like sometimes you walk down the street and there's a massage bar, and there's maybe 20 girls standing outside, and they're all wearing like these super short shorts, and they all like look super cute. And when you walk by a place like that, like you kind of know what's up. You know what I mean? That's not like a normal massage spot. A normal massage spot is like, they got the prices outdoors. You go inside and you get a massage. But when you have like 20 super attractive girls standing outside, that's yeah, that's not straight up a massage spot. Dude, I really wish I could block people from live streams. Another thing, Eric, if you are traveling alone, meet other people. So when I first started to travel, that's how I started to do it. Like, I would go to a hostel, and like I would just meet up. I would, well, not meet up with folks, but like I would just like socialize. Like, I would like talk to people. Where are you from? It's so easy to meet people when you're traveling because you can just ask people, where are you from? And you know, uh, where you're going next, or have you been to this place, or have you been to that place? It's super easy to start up a conversation, and you'll start up conversations, and you'll meet up with folks. People be like, oh, I'm going on this tour, or I'm going to this, or I'm going to this museum. You want to come? And bam, right there, you went from traveling alone to traveling with people. And now on this trip with people, I'm basically traveling solo, like hardcore. Like, I've basically been alone the whole trip except for like 2 nights where I met up with my friend. But then last night I like met up with, someone else. But I don't know. I'm staying at hostels that much. I'm sort of staying in random places. Older now, and I have like, I'm traveling with like computers and cameras, and I don't want to stay at hostels as much as I did when I was younger, because when I was younger, I would like just travel with like an iPad and a phone, small backpack. And now it's like I just travel with more crap. So I just want to charge my electronics and stuff like that. There's definitely some hardcore vegans around here in Thailand. But yeah, I don't know. I want to stop talking about the vegan thing. Is sharing economy still your number one place to make money? Actually, it's sort of changing. Um, I'm really working on trying to get out of the sharing economy. Well, not get out of the sharing economy, but I don't want the sharing economy to be the bulk of my income. A lot of my income now comes from YouTube, as you guys know, because I make videos all the time. In January, it sucks when you make videos because they just pay you crap in January. And December is the most profitable month on YouTube. January is the shittiest month on YouTube. And I'm like, oh crap, did I only make like, $17 today? Like, come on, I want to make 50 bucks like I did a couple weeks ago, So like it fluctuates like crazy on YouTube. Where are you from? I'm from Tennessee. That would be USA, America, if you're veering from another country. But I live in Oakland. That's San Francisco. Well, I live in Oakland. I work in San Francisco. They're really close if you don't know where Oakland and San Francisco are. What kind of camera do you use for Postmates? GoPro vlogs inside of your car. I use this camera. I use this camera sometimes. It's pretty dope. Not the easiest thing to conceal, but this is gonna give you a dope image quality. It's gonna give you some dope image quality. Now I don't usually have the date cam on top because that's just too much. And I don't usually have this thing on the bottom too. I just have it's just setting up over there. So usually I just have just this camera. Or I use my LX10. My LX10. But actually I'm thinking about upgrading this camera. I want to get the Sony RX5 Mark V because I'm having a lot of focusing issues with this camera. I mean, I really like this camera, but the Sony one, it shoots slow-mo. And I really want slow-mo. Now the downside with the Sony RX3 Mark or whatever, the 4K only films for about 5 minutes and then the bad boy heats up and you have to like cut it off. I'm thinking that won't be a big problem with me because with my videos, sorry, my phone's gonna die and I'm not gonna be able to read the messages. With my videos, I usually shoot less than 5 minutes, so that's not a big problem. I need to find my phone charger. Here it is. Dang, what was I talking about? Yeah, or you can use a GoPro. GoPros are hella easy to use, but the thing about GoPros, um, I just don't like all the background noise that GoPros leave. Usually when I use a GoPro, I just want to use it. I just only want to use the video and I don't want to use the audio at all. So that's the problem with the GoPros. You get a lot of background noise because it's so small. Like you got to hold it somewhere. And even I get background noise with the LX10. I don't get as much background noise with the LX10 because what I do is I like thread my hand through here like that. Because the background noise that you hear from this camera is this thing hitting this like that. That's the background noise you hear, which is like super annoying when you're like trying to tell a story and you're playing your video and you just hear that sound. Like it's like, what is this? Sounds like someone's having sex or something, super annoying. Hostels having bed bugs. I've probably stayed in like 100+ hostels and I've never had bed bugs. I've never had bed bugs. Um, I've had scabies before, but I don't think it was from staying at a hostel. I think it was from staying at like a friend's dirty couch. All your taxes, do you put down travel expenses? Of course, I put down travel expenses. Of course, like this, like I'm creating videos for you guys like every day. I'm building backlinks. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, this is, of course, I do it. What up, Uber man? Uber man in the house. What up? Canon M5 is really good. I'm definitely a Canon guy. No, I'm definitely a Canon guy. I like Canon, but I'm more of a 4K shooter, and with 4K, you gotta spend a lot with Canon. Canon's dope with all the lenses. Like that's one thing that just trumps Canon is you got a lot of lenses to choose from. And when you shoot like 4K, and when you shoot with when you shoot micro four thirds, there's just not a lot of lenses out there for those cameras. That's one reason why instead of buying a lens for this camera here, camera was $1,000. I just bought a whole nother camera, which was this camera. Because this camera was cheaper. This camera was like $700. So it was much cheaper than buying a freaking $1,000 lens. And I'm gonna break that $1,000 lens, by the way. Just like I'm gonna break this camera. I just haven't broke it yet, but I'm definitely gonna break it. That's the thing about buying drones and buying cameras. You just gotta realize like you're gonna break it. Like the average person does not use a point and shoot every day. Like the average person don't. The average person will use a camera like this like on vacation. They'll use it like randomly. I mean, I use this thing like every day. Like I cut this thing on and off like 50 times a day. So, I mean, think about that. Like I make videos every day with this camera or that camera. So it's got to be durable, and you got to realize like they're gonna break. That's just part of it. Sounds like the place that sounds like the place that you stay at the island. I love the island. Yeah, of course, I'm having fun. Hey, Randy. I always love it when other YouTubers are like busting up in my chat. Be like, yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What time is it now? It is 9:07. I need to figure out if I'm gonna stay in this hotel or if I'm gonna go to another hotel. These people down, be like, come on, will you do it for like 1,500 tonight? 1,500, not 2,000, because they want like I think they want 2,500 tonight. 2,500 baht, that is, not 25,000, not $2,500. $2,500 would be a lot. 2,500 baht is no. I'm off. All right, so I think I'm gonna get ready to end the live stream. I'm getting really thirsty. My bottle of water is empty over here. So yo, say bye bye. Bye bye. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. It's so much fun to hang out in live streams. I'll probably do another live stream soon when maybe in a couple days or something, and some more crazy stuff happens in Thailand. So yeah, for now, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I think I'm gonna get ready to end this. How long are you in Thailand for? A little bit longer, but you guys will see. All right, but later, have fun. Watch out for those protests. And I almost said Uber on, but I can't say that. Another day, another dollar with your homeboy Jermaine. Peace out. Let go.